Big Z Reviews. Halloween Kills is the newest slasher film of Michael Myers. And to me, its biggest failure is that of many part twos of a planned three-part trilogy, and that it failed to give itself a reason to exist.
We killed Michael.
My grandmother set the fire.
No one told you.
Told me what?
Michael Myers is alive.
A man couldn't have survived that fire.
So Halloween Kills is again directed by David Gordon Green and stars all the returning people essentially from the last one. And this is, again, in the same timeline, like direct sequel to the first Halloween, but kind of ignoring all the sequels and the Rob Zombie remakes. And this is kind of like a continuation of that. And this one you have like some returning actors like the kids and like the nurse and like some other people that are still around. Like they don't have some of the exact ones, but like for one guy. But this is like it definitely tried to be a continuation, you know, like the newest Star Wars trilogy and a lot of other movies that bring people back for this. But the weird thing is, you know, that Jamie Lee Curtis kind of successfully killed him in the first one. And it's like, but of course you can't have that because you have to have a movie. So in the beginning of this, like if you've seen the trailers, like he is hiding and the firemen come to put out the fire and he kills all the firemen and goes on a rampage again. And the goofiest thing about this film, like the actual kills, they're gory and I enjoy the kills, but none of them seem to have that much of a purpose. And at certain points, like especially with the scene with the firefighters and a later scene against a mob, it almost kind of turns into like an action film. And I don't mind it, but it's like, it's a little odd. But I think the weirdest thing is, I think this is something that David Gordon Green likes to do. Like before he kills people, he likes to make them look like imbeciles. And I know like the slashers have a big history of like, you know, of having characters do something stupid like have sex before they're killed. But it's something about this, like they're trying to be funny, but like there's like this gay couple living in the old Michael Myers house, and the one guy is from Mad TV, but like, oh Big John, oh Little John, how's it going, Big John? How's it going, good Little John? What are we doing? We want to scare those kids that are bothering us, Little John? Let's do that, Big John. Let's tell them that this house is Michael Myers' house, and by messing with us, Michael Myers is going to kill him. That sounds good, Big John? That sounds good, Little John. Like, and then the actual, like, it's just, some stuff is just so weird. And, like, all of them, like, every time a family is going to be randomly killed, you have to introduce them quickly and have them be idiots, and they can get murdered. But I think the worst thing about, like, one of the worst things is that there just isn't much of a story here. Like they're trying to tell a bit of a mob mentality, the dangers of the mob mentality, but they never really show it. Like it's very weird too, because a lot of the movie occurs at the hospital because Jamie Lee Curtis was injured in the last one, so she has to be in the hospital. And of course, consequentially, she can't fight Michael Myers, so they have to figure out a way to make her not able to be in the movie much, even though she's in the trailers for most of it. Anthony Mackie Hall as Tommy Doyle, like one of the kids that she was babysitting in the original, like he kind of leads this mob. And this hospital that they're at is just like, everyone converges to the hospital, and it's like, but why? Like, they never say, why are all these people at the hospital? Like, it's so weird. And the weird thing, too, is that, like, they could have had a reason. Because, like, Jamie Lee Curtis is like, they're all like, Michael Myers is going to come to the hospital, kill my mom. Judy Greer is like that. But, like, and then they go, oh, no, actually, he doesn't care about you. They'll just the doctor, you know, we don't worry about that. But, like, they're trying to make for a reason why there isn't a confrontation in this film. But by doing that, you kind of break the Michael Myers character, because, like, he definitely did want to kill Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, even though the doctor was doing shenanigans, like, that's definitely one of his goals. and by doing that, you kind of remove any agency that he has. But like the one of the main B plots of this film is that like there's another escaped mental patient from the crashed bus that is like roaming around the town, and all the mob goes, "Evil dies tonight," and like everyone gets together and they all go, "Evil dies tonight." Yep, evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Yeah. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Evil dies tonight. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Like, it's like no one, like, unironically says evil dies tonight unless they plan to do it. And it started real early in the movie, and it's odd. But, like, this mob, the whole idea is that, like, the dangers of it, they're, like, chasing this insane mental patient who is also, he stole a car and crashed it. He's not a good guy. And there's something wrong with him wherever he's in the mental hospital. But I think that wasn't the normal mental hospital. That was a mental hospital for people that did horrible things. I mean, if Michael Myers was in it. But, like, there's this whole thing that they're chasing him, and they're trying to have a big moment, like, oh, this is bad. But, like, they don't, like, if they're gonna do that, they should have killed him. But, like, instead he, like, spoiler, but I'm gonna do spoilers now, just because I want to talk about the stupidness of some of the stuff. But he like jumps out the window of the top floor of the hospital, and like the weird thing is that this is like the most brutal kill. I think they're trying to be like Midsummer, but like nowhere near as artistic. But like it's like brutal, like, but like I feel like if you want to show the dangers of it, they should have actually murdered him and like torn him to bits, instead of having him, like, not jump to his death. Like, then it's just like, oh, this crazy guy jumped to his death. They didn't actually do anything. You don't know if they would have done something. But then, there's so much mixed messaging, because, like, I feel like it could have been a really amazing moment with the town coming together to defeat this evil presence of Michael Myers. But, like, and then they start to do that, even though after they had how bad mob mentality is. But, like, then they say, oh, that's actually kind of good. And there's, like, some inspiring moments, like, when they are, again, full spoilers now, but when they're starting to defeat Michael Myers, it's like inspiring, like, oh, we're doing good here. But then, of course, he's not, he's unkillable now again, like some of the previous sequels. And it's just, again, mixed messaging of, like, the last one, they definitely went back to, like, I mean, the Shape is still, the boogeyman. He's still really tough to kill. But, like, I mean, they kept, like, at points, like, he's not wearing his mask. I think they show too much. Like, they don't show, like, either show it all or don't show any. Like, they show enough to get an idea, and it's like, so he's just an old guy. It's like, but, well, whatever. But, like, then when they show him putting the mask back on, like, he's still all, like, cut up and beat up from what Laurie Strode did to him. And it's like, so he's human. Like, you can wound him, it's not like he heals. But, like, and the stuff, they beat him up a lot. But, like Judy Greer, like, curb stomps him and stabs him with a pitchfork. He's shot multiple times. He's stabbed in the back with a kitchen knife. He's shot again multiple times. And, like, he's fine. Like, it doesn't even slow him down. It's like, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go full supernatural, go fucking full slap supernatural. But it's like, I feel like that's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to be more realistic, like the original. So it's just an odd choice. But then especially because I assume Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna have to fight him in the third one, so he can't die here. But, like, something about, like, I feel like mob mentality is horrible. Like, there's, like, lynchings and stuff. I mean, they're so brutal and horrifying, like, in our real history. And, like, I feel like they, like, all of a sudden, they don't do that much to him, and then they stop. And they go, okay, we're good. We don't have to do anything more to this brutal murderer that's almost unkillable, that's killed dozens or hundreds of people. We don't have to beat him up anymore or tear his limbs from his body. Like, I feel like if there was the mob got a hold of this serial killer like this, they would rip him limb from limb, And I feel like that would probably make it tough for him to survive. But of course, you can't do that because there's a planned third film that's coming out next year, and apparently happens in the world with the pandemic, and it's like 4 or 5 years after this film, which is odd, but whatever. And there's just, I don't know, it's just kind of goofy. There's also some weirdness where I think it's like the director wanted to be funny. Like again, like with a couple times he's almost like it's more of a serial killer and just instead of like he's doing mindless killings, but like a couple times you see him like place things up like almost like serial killy. Like he'll just be like stabbing multiple knives in him, like setting a scene. And even like Big John and Little John, like he sets up a romantic scene where they're like cuddled together after he kills them. And it's like, huh, that's odd. And this whole movie is just like as an actual slasher. I feel like they didn't try to set up any of the characters because it's a sequel. So they think all the characters set up, but the only characters that they spend a little bit of time with are ones that you have to set up to die a couple minutes later. And it's just that there's just not much of a story here. And like I feel like you're waiting. I mean, of course, you can't have the maybe final Jamie Lee Curtis, going against Michael Myers thing because they're the third film, and that's going to be the final confrontation. So, like, this movie is just inconsequential and doesn't serve any purpose of existing other than being a gore fest. Which I think if you're going to be a gore fest, I think you could have had more gore. Like, I liked the gore, but it wasn't inspired. It wasn't that original. But like, there's some interesting stuff because, like, some of the practical effects, like, they switched to, like, you can kind of tell it switched to, like, a fake head. But it looks good. And, like, the actual like, the doctor from the original, like, in the flashbacks, and it looks really good. But, like, it turns out that it was just all makeup. And that's, I mean, it looks a lot better than the deep fakes or the weird stuff that Disney does. And but the thing is, at the same time, there's mixed bag because Michael Myers has like his bloody knife, and it's all clearly CGI. Like, I mean, how they do it, like you have a handle, then like the rest is just they add in post, so you can actually stab someone and there is no danger of anything happen. But something about it just looked really fake. Like something that you clearly see all of the knife that is fake is red, and this looks really fake. But again, it's not horrible. It's just uninspired, And it's just I liked the first one. A lot of people didn't like it. I enjoyed the first one, and there's some weird stuff with it, like some of the jokes and some of the stuff is kind of goofy. But I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the first one. This the rebranding that they did, but this one I just didn't really like. And it's funny. It's been a long time since I saw the Rob Zombie versions, the remakes, and I wonder if I should go back and watch them because I don't remember loving them, but I feel like at least that they were a little more inspired than these are. I'll probably give it like a 5.5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. It's not good, but I mean, if you have Peacock, you can watch it for free. So I wouldn't not recommend you doing that. I mean, it's Halloween. But I wouldn't highly recommend it. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.